Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to another video. Today we are back with the Championship Weekly Predictions. I'm joined by Cookie. How you doing, mate?
I'm all good. This is the second time we've recorded this because the first time is camera froze. As in like froze, cold froze.
Yeah,
and,
we did try and record this on the camera and it wasn't any good. So we're recording it on my phone. Quality looks alright, doesn't it?
Looks pretty good. I'm looking pretty fresh, I'm not going to lie. Everyone's going to love that.
Yeah. Now, last week I went up against George and the results are there. I beat him 1-0. It means I'm still beating the guests, but this is a guest I haven't beaten yet.
Never.
So
not once.
We're going to be taking him down tonight. We'll start with Friday night's fixture, which is Preston North End versus Bristol City. I don't know what to make of this one. I think Bristol have been okay so far this season. Preston, sort of inconsistent, picking up a result here and there. I'm going to back the away team to win this. I'm going to go Preston 0, Bristol City 1.
Do you think our predictions are going to change from the first time we recorded this?
Yours
so
might.
I can't remember what I said at all.
I think you said 1-1 for this one.
Right, yeah. 1-1 then, that would do. 1-1, sounds a good game to me.
The next game is the Saturday lunchtime game. It's Norwich City, who are top of the league, going up against Cardiff City, who are doing okay. They picked up an important result against Birmingham, beating them 3-2 in the week. I'm going to back Norwich to win this, but Cardiff to give them a good game. Norwich 2. What's up?
You've just got a new match on Tinder, you twat.
Oh. Hey!
Hey, the lads, go on, son. Sorry, get your result in, sorry.
I'm going to back Norwich to win this one against a decent Cardiff. I'm going to go for Norwich 2, Cardiff 1.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be another Norwich win. They conceded a few goals. Do you know what I mean? It's not a lot, but like they've always got one going in, so I'm going to go for 2-1 as well. So that's a good result to me, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The next game is between Birmingham City and Middlesbrough. Now, they're both doing okay, but I'd imagine this will be quite a dull game. They've both had quite a few low-scoring games this season.
Yeah.
I'd probably predict a 0-0, but I do think one team might snatch this 1-0, and I think that's going to be Middlesbrough. So I'm going to go for Birmingham 0, Middlesbrough 1.
So it sounds like one of those games to me, which is just an absolute snorefest. Just listen to it. Middlesbrough versus Birmingham. It sounds rubbish. So for me, 0-0. Shocking.
Okay. The next game is between Brentford and Reading, two teams that are going to be trying to get into the top 6 this season. Now, you're not a massive fan of Reading, are you?
It's because they're rubbish. So
okay.
Overinflated at the minute. They'll level off as the season goes on. That's fine.
Right.
But they're not. They shouldn't be where they are.
I don't expect too much from this game. I think Brentford will edge it as they're at home and they've got Ivan Toney. I'm going to go for Brentford 1, Reading 0.
So I'm going to go Brentford 2, Reading 0. Reading just haven't got a lot about them there. They lost recently to Norwich as well, which is obviously a hard game. I'm not going to criticise them for that. But what I will criticise them for is losing to Birmingham, because Birmingham are shocking.
Okay.
Yes.
The next game is between Huddersfield Town and Watford Football Club. Now, we've just played Huddersfield. I didn't think they were too great, but then neither were we in that game. It was a boring 0-0. I think they're okay. They'll probably stay up this season. But they're against this Watford team that are doing very well. In the top 3 at the moment, I think Huddersfield will narrowly lose this one. Huddersfield 0, Watford 1.
Yeah, it sounds like it's got Watford win written all over it. Huddersfield, it was a very boring game. You're absolutely spot on. So I'm going to go for myself. I think I'm going to go Watford 2-0. I can't see Huddersfield taking much out of that game. Yeah.
Okay. The next game is between Luton Town and Bournemouth Football Club. I think this is a really exciting game. I think Luton have been quite impressive so far this season, and Bournemouth obviously flying high, scoring loads of goals. I'm gonna back Bournemouth, but Luton to give them a good game. I'm gonna go for Luton 2, Bournemouth 3, an exciting game.
So I'm going to be exciting as well, but I reckon Bournemouth are just going to pan Luton. I think it's going to be 4-0.
4-0?
Yeah, I'm going for a big one, 4-0.
Wow.
Get them in there.
Yeah.
Goals flying in.
The next game is between Millwall and Nottingham Forest. Now, Nottingham Forest will be obviously over the moon with that win against Sheffield Wednesday in the week. They'll probably want to follow that up with a result here against Millwall, who are mid-table, not doing anything too special this season. I'm going to go for Millwall 1, Nottingham Forest 1, a draw.
Yeah, another game that doesn't really sound very interesting, but I think Millwall have got enough about them to sneak this one. I'm going to go 1-0.
1-0. Okay, the next game is a massive battle at the bottom. It's Rotherham United versus Derby County. Rotherham losing in the last minute against Blackburn in the week. But Derby, they've started to turn the corner, some decent results, and their most recent one was that win against Swansea on the Wednesday. Yeah, very good result. Derby is starting to pull away. I think with Rotherham at home, both of them will get something out of this. I'm going to go for Rotherham 1, Derby County 1.
So I'm actually going to put a bit more respect on Derby's name than that. They've had a good run recently, and I feel like they've turned the corner, like we have Coventry. But I'm going to put a bit more on that. I'm going to say 1-0 to Derby. They're going to sneak one. in the last minutes of the game.
Ooh, okay, yeah. The next game is between Sheffield Wednesday and Coventry City. Another battle. Another big battle at the bottom. Yeah. I think Sheffield Wednesday, they're just struggling for confidence. Obviously lost to Forest in the week. They're bottom of the table. Tony Pulis hasn't really worked his magic there yet. And Coventry are 8 unbeaten. But we are drawing a lot. And I think Sheffield Wednesday are going to be desperate to get something here. So I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, I'm going exactly the same as that. Like, if I was being a proper Cov fanboy, I'd probably go for a Cov win. But it's Tony Pulis. And we don't score a lot. And we don't concede that many in the last like 5 or so games or something. So it has got 0-0 written all over it, hasn't it? Yeah. And I think that is one of those games in the league this week where you think, that is dull. So that's going to be 0-0 for me.
Yeah, I think it'll be a low-scoring game. Yeah. The next game is between two teams that are going to be trying to get into the top 6 this season, Stoke City and Blackburn Rovers. Both of them quite exciting, both involved in quite high-scoring games. Blackburn obviously snatched a winner against Rotherham in the week, but I think Stoke City are going to be quite good, especially at home. I think Stoke are going to win this 2-1. What do you reckon?
So it sounds quite interesting. Like I say, Blackburn, they like scoring goals. They get quite a few in there. But I'm not sure if they've got the overall quality to see off Stoke away from home. So I'm gonna have a bit of a goal scoring draw. So I'm gonna go for 2-2.
2-2. Okay.
2-2.
An exciting game.
Yeah.
Next one's between Swansea City and Barnsley. Barnsley 12th at the moment, doing quite well. But Swansea City are the best performing out of the teams that were in the Championship last season. Obviously, the top 3 at the moment are the 3 that came down from the Premier League. But Swansea City sat 4th, really impressive. And I think they're going to narrowly edge this one against Barnsley. Swansea 1, Barnsley 0.
So I'm going to go a little bit higher than that. I can't really see Barnsley taking anything from this. Swansea look pretty solid, I'm not going to lie. And I'm going to say a 2-0. I can just see them like cruising to victory on that one.
Okay, and the final games between Wycombe Wanderers and Queen's Park Rangers. Both of them will be wanting to get a result here, but I don't know what to think of this one.
Boring.
Wycombe seem to pick up a few points at home, but Queen's Park Rangers, I don't know, they're not a great team, but they will have enough to stay up, I think. I'm just going to back Wycombe here. Wycombe 1, QPR 0.
It's got 0-0 written all over it. Or it's got a draw written all over it. I think it's going to be a 0-0 or 1-1. And I think if I was to bet money on it, I'm probably going to give it a 1-1. It just doesn't sound exciting. I don't think it's going to be a good quality football game. But each team will probably get a goal in the first half and then that's it. They'll call it quits, take a draw.
Yeah, so it's got 0-0 written all over it, but you've gone for 1-1.
I'm being generous, alright? I'm being generous. They're going to have a goal each. I can defend what I give you that, son.
Okay, that wraps up today's video, guys. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and to like the video as well.
Big subscribes.
And we'll see you in the next video who got more predictions right. We'll see you in the next video, guys.
Peace out. Subscribe.